Ahaya Bayashem, Yeshua HaMashiach, Shalom, and good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. This is Dr. Ephraim. I just want to take a few moments to give you all a brief update on all the great things we have on deck, starting with the official launch of the YouTube channel I made popular about 2.5 years ago with a string of videos designed to help open the eyes of our people and lead them to the next level, starting with the groundbreaking genetic breakdown of the 12 tribe chart and uncovering and bringing forth the holy haplotype, i.e. the seed of Jacob, which is E1B1A, and giving a comprehensive 3-hour teaching video on that haplotype being the start of the ancient Israelite nation, contrary to the reports and the history that is shown. It is E1B1B1 and Haplogroup J, which is completely false. They've lied for years and had everyone believing that our haplotype E1B1A was Hamitic/African and had nothing to do with being Hebrew Israelites. Not so fast. But by grace and mercy and revelation of the Most High, I was able to dispute that false information and prove conclusively that E1B1A was in fact the seed of Jacob, the patriarch of Israel. And by the curses, I was able to actually uncover that, believe it or not. It was by the curses that did that. All right. You can't believe that the Negroes who went into slavery by way of ships, right, are the children of Israel, as per Deuteronomy 28:68, and not believe that E1B1A is the haplotype of Jacob. It's actually common sense and logical. I mean, you don't have to be a Rhodes Scholar or a geneticist or even a scientist to put these two together. There is literally no other conclusion that can be drawn, and it truthfully leaves no doubt as to who the children of Israel are and what Y DNA haplotype they possess. Now, anyone who disagrees with that simply just wants to disagree with that, contentious spirit. And they're just being stiff-necked, as our people have always been, and simply rejecting knowledge. So, that's that. I digress. I was also blessed to be a keynote speaker and gave the E1B1A presentation at the Hebrew Israelite conference that took place in Israel between August 7th and August 14th of 2015. And continue to release well-researched and put together teaching videos for our people who have a genuine thirst for knowledge and want to be taught right and led correctly, wanting that real, unadulterated truth, not littered with a bunch of rhetoric, false doctrines, and flawed, out-of-date ideologies that do nothing to help our people edify or in uniting the northern and southern kingdoms of Israel. I've decided to table the idea for the online radio talk show, at least for now, and continue the teaching with this teaching anointing I've been blessed with to educate, enlighten, and inspire our people throughout the four corners of the world. Seems like there are a whole lot of individuals out there who were and have been secretly being taught by me, but not citing me as their source or reference. And wasn't anyone talking about theses and abstracts and, trying to correctly include the Israelites that's still in Africa and never left into our nation before I stepped on the scene, but you know what? It's cool. I just want you all to know I see you. And all praise, honor, and glory is due to the Most High God of Israel forever. I exist solely because of him. So no, I don't want your praise. I don't want glory or honor. But as a man, what I do deserve is respect for all of my labor in bringing forth the genetic truth to our people. You can save the glory and the honor and the praise for the Most High God of Israel. Selah. We've had an incredible past couple of weeks with our Hebrew Israelite Haplogroup community on Facebook. The membership has been exploding, as I've tackled a multitude of subjects, from a descendant of Adam, a so-called African-American man from South Carolina, belonging to Haplogroup A, the works of Enoch and his description of heaven, to this false propaganda floating around the internet about Adolf Hitler allegedly believing that blacks were the quote-unquote real Jews. There is no verifiable sources that prove he said this or believed this. And by verifiable sources in the academic world, that means nothing that was published legitimately, no words, no speeches from his voice that came out of his mouth that says he believed this crap. Okay, because his actions is totally contrary to that. So we'd have to label that as propaganda. And not only that, but why would you want to stand next to someone like Adolf Hitler? I mean, what if by some wild chance he did say that? I mean, why would you want to stand next to a known devil and demon who's an enemy of our people? We have no business standing on the words of someone like him, right? Because in his book entitled Mein Kampf, he clearly stated his beliefs about black people, and that we were like apes and monkeys and mentally incapable of performing jobs of doctors and lawyers, etc. And he was so afraid of blacks procreating with white women in Germany, he rounded them all up and sterilized them in his concentration camps. Yeah. But it's strange how you never hear about what the blacks went through under Hitler during the Holocaust. Many of you probably didn't even know that there were blacks even in Hitler's concentration camps until just now. But either way, we really need to be careful, because we really should not be teaching and preaching from the words of a man who was a known enemy of our people, a known demon, if you will. He was an antichrist, and he was a malignant narcissist, among other things. So we don't need to be standing next to no Adolf Hitler. We don't need no cosign from him. We have everything we need with who we are. Yah's word and his grace is sufficient. We do not need to have someone like Adolf Hitler co-signing who we are. All right. But either way, I digress on that. Since I've last spoken to you all, I released a dedication to the beautiful Daughters of Zion, Part 1. That's doing really well. The Bantus are Negroes, and if King Ramses was E1B1A, he was a Hebrew Israelite. On top of the Tears for My People and archaeological proof segment of Jesus, Yeshua HaMashiach, actual Hebrew name. That was actually a clip I lifted from the entire documentary that will be uploaded soon. But the response, shares, and viewership have all been great, and I ask that you all continue to like and share these videos. And in the spirit of how and why I even started doing these videos, I decided to officially launch the Hebrew Israelite Online Learning Institute here on YouTube, because our people have been taught so much nonsense for so long. And trust me, I know I got my work cut out for me, but I could see the movement of Yah, since he's raised me up and brought me on the scene. But I think this format is where I'll be able to do the most good. And, maybe down the line, I may think of doing a radio show format. All right. Like I've said, I got a lot of great upcoming videos, and I'm going to continue to keep the Facebook community updated with great information as well. And I want to thank you all for all the kind words, the encouragement, and pledge of support. Trust me, I try to get to as many of you as I can, but, sometimes it's overwhelming, but I try to respond to as many as I can. And I also want to send a special shout out to those out there who, would come across some unscrupulous things and they call it out. Like people trying to pass off my teachings or pass off something for me without giving proper or citing the resource and things like that. I appreciate that, because at the end of the day, we have to be honorable, because, we all do what we do out of labor and love for our people. But at the end of the day, as men and as women, we want to be respected for what we do, and we don't want anyone to cheat us or be unfair to us in any way. And that includes, stealing work and not citing the source of the reference or trying to pass someone else's work off as yours. That is totally dishonorable, and that is not of Yah. All right. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and end this brief update and bid you all a Shabbat Shalom. And until next time, I hope the Most High keeps you all. This is Dr. Ephraim signing off.